It is 3 games into the season. We're going on to number 4, but the question at hand for me is, did we overrate our Houston Texans? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Was the expectations too high for our Houston Texans? And I'll say it right now, no. The expectations weren't high for our Houston Texans. I understand that we had the offseason hype and this train was rolling, and we were the damsels that everybody, the darlings that everybody wanted to highlight continuously over and over and over again on every national media podcast there was tons of optimism around this team. We were told by the Texans about the rat poison and would they eat the rat poison, and they constantly gave the Alabama answer and that we don't eat the rat poison. We try to take our nose away from that kind of stuff and all that good mumbo jumbo. But at the end of the day, in 3 weeks in, and I know fans are going to be like, Harley, you're overreacting. It's only 3 games. Look, these 3 games haven't been pretty. All right. This is a football season, man. This isn't the NBA. This isn't the MLB where you got 82 games or 162 games. There is only 17 games this year, folks. We are already moving into week 4. I'm not saying that I'm jumping off the bridge or anything. I am not. I'm always going to be here. Remember, this is The Lead, where it's all Houston all the time. You're not going to find anybody more passionate, more intense when talking about your favorite teams, the Texans, the Astros, and the Rockets, and especially the Houston Texans. So you might as well subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Do y'all staying? Y'all know the drill. Go down in the comment section. Let me know, how are you feeling right now? What's a thermometer check around your Houston Texans, our Houston Texans? Because as of right now, they're a bit overrated. Was the expectations high? Absolutely. And the reason they were overrated right now is because we expect better than this. Through 3 games, we have not seen the Texans that we were hyping up this offseason. The Texans we were so high on. This isn't the team that a lot of people were predicting to get into the Super Bowl this year. And look, it takes trials and tribulations, and I get that. Maybe it takes a few seasons, but ultimately, it wasn't supposed to look this bad. You had 3 wide receivers. You had CJ Stroud. You got Joe Mixon, Dalton Schultz, an offensive line that's fully healthy for the first time. Some additions on defense that were badass. And ultimately, the Houston Texans were supposed to take a next step, a big leap into year 2 and ultimately catapult themselves into the upper echelon of teams, into the Super Bowl conversation umbrella. And as many times as I've reacted to national podcasts throw ourselves into it, at this moment, the Houston Texans are not in that conversation. The bouncer is declining you right now. You are not entering the club. And as of right now, the Houston Texans don't deserve to be in it. And when you look at through 3 games, the offense has been okay to below average. Besides the Colts game, the offense has been atrocious. Defensively, look, you did a really good job, I think, overall against the Colts. Yeah, you let up some big plays. You take those big plays away and you take away a block punt, you pretty much dominated the Colts. Bears game, defense absolutely dominated the whole day. Offense was a no-show. 3rd game, we got our asses whooped. The bottom fell out of the Houston Texans. That's what happens when you play sloppy football. That's what happens when you don't play your best football week in and week out. You go into Minnesota and you get absolutely slapped in the face and you don't know what happens afterwards. The Houston Texans, we know, lost 34-7, and it wasn't pretty. And as of right now, the Houston Texans are a bit overrated. They're top 10 in power rankings. I see them in there, and I'm like, I don't see it right now, man. This isn't the team I was hyping up. This isn't the team I was yelling to this camera every single day, talking to all of y'all about how great this Houston Texans team can be. Now, this is only 3 games into the season, and I also understand that this week's team is not going to be week 10's team. It's not going to be week 15's team. At least it shouldn't. But there are concerns with the Houston Texans right now. There are lots of concerns, especially regarding the offensive line, the players at the offensive line, and how are you going to improve moving forward? I believe that this team can do it. I believe they can fix themselves. I believe that they can dust themselves off and move forward into the season, and they're still 2-1, and they can still rack up wins and rack up W's. But until they beat a team that they need to beat, a team that has been there, done that, like in 2 weeks, you got the Buffalo Bills who just dominated the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not very looking forward to that game. I'm going to be there tailgating wise, but I'm not looking forward to that game because the Houston Texans have yet to proven that they can go and take care of a team just like that, a big-time team. Last year's different, this year's new. And new team, just maybe they need some more weeks to gel together. But as of right now, the Houston Texans, they're just a tad overrated right now. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.